So my point is to say that if you look at economic fertility in the same way, this is where I'm getting at. If you look at economic fertility in the same way, and you look at the black community in particular, and you wonder why is it that we don't have sort of bustling businesses and investment opportunities and a lot of economic activity coming from the community, I would argue that it's because you don't have a fertile space. The space is not fertile because you're not getting together. You're scared of each other, just like those Chinese kids. The boys were scared of the girls. Black people are very afraid of each other. We're afraid because the trauma's high and nobody wants to be re-traumatized, and we traumatize each other. Trauma's a virus that we infect each other with, right? I loan you money, you don't pay me back. Now I'm hurt and mad and screaming, and we fighting. Next thing you know, I'm trying to shoot my cousin. Like that story I told you about the lady who said that her cousin, they started a blessing loom. They called it a susu. And next thing you know, one of the cousins threatened to come to the house and shoot everybody. Right? This is not what's supposed to happen. Right? And these traumas have an impact. So the lack of economic fertility, the lack of not getting together, and not being able to get together in a way that breeds fertility is what causes a lack of economic fertility. It causes an economic desert, if you will. And so what happens is because you're so afraid of each other, you go do business with white people. You just say, well, I don't trust my cousin, but I'm gonna go over here with white folks. I'm gonna go work for this white guy and do my thing. Or you have people like I remember Magic Johnson saying, I don't hire relatives in my businesses. I don't want to do business with any of my relatives. And I'm like, that's kind of strange. You should probably have some of your relatives in your business. So you do things with strangers, but not the people that gave birth to you and fed you when you were a nobody. That's a problem, right? That's a big problem. So economic fertility is something that similar to replicating the bunny rabbits in a Luther Vandross environment with the lights down, it requires a type of consciousness and a type of intentionality. The intentionality says we're going to consciously create a space where the economics is going to happen. In that space, we're going to have people that come together with good ideas. They're going to network with each other in a certain way. We're going to respect one another in a certain way. We're going to support each other in a certain way. And in the midst of this connected, supportive, loving, love is the key word, loving and mutually beneficial environment, great things are going to happen. At some point, I will like you, connect with you, and trust you, so I might invest in you, or maybe I'll loan something to you, or I'll buy from you, or you'll supply something to me. We're communicating. I'm telling you what I'm trying to do, so you know what my goals are, and then I align and connect my goals with your goals, right? Just like a nice nightclub, right, where the men and the women get together, and he says, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" She says, "Yeah, I'm thirsty." He buys a drink, gives her some good conversation. She gives back. She's looking good. He's looking good. So everybody's smelling good, right? Everything works. The next thing you know, a baby's born, right? But imagine in that same club. Imagine if half of the people in the club are sexual predators, and imagine if the other half of the people in the club were stinking. They didn't take baths. They got stinky breath. Everybody's rude. Everybody's yelling at each other, and everybody feels like somebody's going to rob them. Imagine if a nightclub was like a prison, right? Think about a prison. In prison, you don't have like appropriate love connections in prison. That happens, but it ain't never pretty, right? And it's because it's not. There's nothing natural about that, right? Everybody's wondering, are you the guy that's going to try to shank me today, right? So it's a very scary, traumatic environment. So it's a very different kind of energy. So when you're trying to create economic love in the Black community, you have to create spaces that are nurturing and connected, and where everybody kind of knows what the rules are, where everybody kind of knows what appropriate behavior looks like. And if you do that, then that's when you start to see things prosper. So this is part of and this is why I talk about this a lot in the book, in the sense that I want you to really understand that these environments are created.